Hail, hail, folks! Welcome to the latest edition of the Belfast Bhoy Celtic podcast, live on Hail Hail Media on the Spreaker platform. It is Sunday, the 7th of August, 11:30 a.m. Just gone 11:31, but I'm sure you'll not shoot me over a minute. Bit of a blustery Belfast this morning. I would say it's been a nice and quiet Sunday morning, but I would be lying to you. I walked past a chip shop on fire this morning, so there you go. That's been the highlight of my Sunday morning so far. But the name of this morning's podcast is Rosie Webster's Fenian Army. For all those global listeners who don't know who Rosie Webster is, Scott Sinclair's girlfriend, Helen Flanagan is her actual name. She's a looker, alright, I can tell you that. She is in a soap called Coronation Street in the UK, and her stage name is Rosie Webster. So get checking her out. She's a bit of a looker, as I said. So Helen Flanagan is her name. So checking out. So obviously this morning it's been announced. It was dragging on for fucking hours yesterday about the announcement of Scott Sinclair. It happened this morning, and I do think that it's fucking hilarious that you sort of depend on a Paul with him selfie, or Celtic announcing it on their Twitter feed, and Paddy Brennan following it up with so Celtic would have said Celtic are delighted to announce the signing of Scott Sinclair on a 4-year deal, and Paddy Brennan obviously tweets back, that's all well and good, but does he support the Republican movement? Comedy gold there from Paddy Brennan. So I want to kick off the show, guys. So what a time to be alive. This morning I'm actually doing this on laptop. It's my first time doing it. I will try and take calls, but I'm actually shaking myself as I'm doing this. So get me on Skype there. The Skype is at it's all lowercase, the Belfast Bhoy, BHOY for the boy. It's, if you add me the Skype, and then I'll add you to the call if you wanna dial in after that. Okay. So just a quick recap over what's been happening now over the last couple of weeks or so. So we had the Champions League games there, the Barcelona games, and the Aviva in Dublin, and it's been a bit of a since pre-season started. It's been non-stop. We've been flying from place to place, and I'm sure that's taken its toll on the players. But here we are. We're in the Champions League qualifier against Hapoel Beersheva. I've obviously got their wiki page open. I don't proclaim to be a fucking Israeli league genius, but I will tell you, Hapoel Beersheva. Excuse me, I'm a bit hoarse this morning. Their nickname is Negev's Pride, the Camels, or the Crazy Reds. They were founded in 1949, 67 years ago. They play out of the Turner Stadium in Beersheva, which is in Israel, obviously. Their ground capacity 16,126. Their owner is Alona Barkat, and their manager is Barak Bakar. They play in the Israeli Premier League, and they won the league obviously last year. They play in red and white at home, and pink, black and blue in their away kit. So obviously these guys beat Olympiacos on their the road to the qualifying leg there then of the should I say the qualifying playoff for the Champions League. So there my feelings at the minute is that I'm a little bit anxious. I don't know an awful lot about these teams. What I do know throughout history is that when we have to fucking basically make a 4-day camel ride to get to a place, it's not always a good thing. So I think that it's a journey into the unknown, but and I don't always like having the home leg first. I prefer to know that whatever happens at Parkhead is the end of it, but it needs to be a cricket score then, obviously for the opening leg. Very anxious because I know what's at stake, but I'm certainly inspired to see that we're the signings are beginning to happen. So Scott Sinclair obviously signing on today, but I'm very, very anxious, and those ties will be on Wednesday exactly here instead of fucking guessing, obviously. Wednesday the 17th of August is the home game, and then away the following Tuesday, the 23rd, there in Israel. So get your Palestine flags packed. Anybody that's going there. It's a long journey, not as long as Kazakhstan, but a journey nonetheless in the Middle East over there. So it's been a bit of a whirlwind over the last few months. So we're the champions, obviously. We've got a great manager, and I think I found that what Brendan Rodgers is doing is what Manny Dela threatened to do. I don't think that Dela had much muscle. I think he sort of done what he was told type thing. He aimed to trim the squad down and add quality. If anybody wants to remember what he said, that was verbatim. And Rodgers hasn't fucked around. He hasn't messed around at all. Straight in, right, get a look at the team. Yeah, you're not good enough. You have to go. Loaning people out because he knows that there is a bit of talent in there. So I've got a list. It's actually mental the amount of player churn that we go through. Player churn obviously being like turnover, like people that'll join and leave the club. So not that I'm a dictionary for everything that happened in Celtic, but this is under Brendan Rodgers, who's gone. So Stokesy was the first to go in June. Free transfer to Blackburn. Colin Kazim Richards, free transfer to Curitiba in Brazil. I think that was partially to do with, it was a bit of a mutual agreement there. His girlfriend is Brazilian allegedly. Carlton Cole released. Stefan Skapovic, £1 million to Getafe. Michael Duffy, the boy from Derry, on loan to Dundee. Paul McMahon on loan to Dunfermline, and then of recent times there's Scott Allen on loan to Rotherham to rejoin Alan Stubbs. So a fair bit of movement there then, but it's absolutely mental the amount of players that Daly get rid of in his 2014 to 2016. I'm not going to fly through those, but that's Rodgers is already there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players gone, and there's probably going to be more. I would say Easy Gary's still in there. I don't know if he's going to stay, fight for a place. Don't know what's going to happen with James Forrest now that Scott Sinclair's came into the team, but I'd expect still a bit more movement, and Rodgers is doing what Dela threatened to do. He's getting rid of the dead wood, so to speak, or the naive players that could do with a bit of experience playing first team football elsewhere, and adding talent. Like, there's no doubt about it. Scott Sinclair is a talented guy. Sat on the bench, got a wage for literally fuck all for Man City. Kolo Touré, saying Invincibles team for Arsenal, league winner with Man City, Liverpool player until last season, still got it in my opinion. So we're certainly adding our Dembele as well. Coming in, 19-year-old talent, balls on him like a space hopper after fucking the Wednesday night's performance. So the times we're sort of in limbo at the minute. You do run the risk of making too many changes at once. Can be a bit dodgy. But we're out today away to Hearts. 2:15 kickoff, I believe. And what a good place for a baptism of fire. If the Champions League wasn't enough for any of these guys, these new guys the other night, up the Tynecastle is always a fiery reception. So 2:15 today. Griff's always up for it, so I'd expect him to be on the score sheet. I'm going to make a guess at the scoreline. I'm going to say 3-0 Celtic, maybe 3-1. Okay, considering our keeper's prone to making a few diving headers, but we'll dig deep down into that shortly. So just to recap then, so we had the Barca game then in the Aviva Stadium, 3-1 defeat, bit of a boo-boo from the Barca defender, opened the scoring there, opened the way for Griffiths to tuck it away. He'll probably never score an easier goal in his life. 2 games against Astana. Watching the first leg, when they scored, I was like, oh fuck, here we go, this is it. But I probably would have taken a 1-0 defeat anyway. However, when Griffiths scored, what a fucking goal it was too. I was actually buzzing. I've never been so happy to see a draw, to be quite honest with you, because I knew what the away goal meant. Fast forward then to the home leg then of the Astana game. Started really, really well, put them under pressure and scored. Celtic being Celtic never do anything easy at all. But when Astana scored, I proper fucking shit myself. I was like, this is us out. I was actually beginning to worry. Is there injury time, or is there extra time going to be involved, or is it straight to penalties? And I was proper shit myself. And Rodgers made the change. Then Dembele came on, nutmegged the guy, passed to Griffiths, back heel from Griffiths to him, and down in the box. And for a 19-year-old lad, in a stadium full of fucking raving lunatics, I was certainly on edge. To be quite honest with you, I couldn't watch it. I left the room, only when I heard the cheering going on and stuff like that, I knew that he had scored. But hopefully it's the start of a good thing for him. He's broke his duck, and more power to him. It was inspirational to see the guy, and Griffiths knew that. Yeah, he's the penalty taker, so on he went, tucked that away. Absolutely buzzing for the guy, and long may it continue. So, as far as performances go and stuff, obviously our scapegoat is F.A. Ambrose. I mean, it's bothered me recently. Ambrose, and I think it's bothered all of us because we don't dispute he's a nice guy, but too many mistakes, and he's not doing them on purpose, and no Celtic player deserves to be booed. At the Astana game the other night, after Astana scored to make it 1 each, the statement I made to this guy was, with fans like you, we don't need hums. And this Celtic fan in particular was saying, I hope we lose. Another puppet of law Brendan Rodgers, blah 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 blah, right? And knee-jerk reactions from people. I get that people are frustrated, and I get that people want the same players. Let's not gloss over it, right? Effie Ambrose was a good player, and ever since he fucked up against Juventus that night after the African Cup of Nations, he's been on a downward spiral. The guy is probably a fucking nervous wreck, okay? But Celtic fans hoping that we lose, and I in never of my Celtic supporting life have ever wished for Celtic to lose. And some of these people need to have a serious fucking good look at themselves. Okay? So I don't care who's in the boardroom. I don't care who's in the dugout, right? I don't necessarily support who's in the boardroom. I do at the minute support who's in the dugout. But I support whoever puts on the green and white hoops and runs onto that park, whether they have one leg, one eyeball, or they're fucking a complete idiot like Effie Ambrose. Okay? It bothers me that he gets in the team, but I won't not support him. So some of us, it's tough, it is, but we need to back the team. And Rodgers just came out and said that in recent days that the fans need to stop being on edge. That's a given. You know, that comes with the party. Brendan, that we have this expectation of our team. So, I mean, the pressure is naturally going to come with it. And the 12th man, obviously, we've sold 52,000 season books. So the players are coming back. This is what he wanted. And this is what we all wanted, to be fair, but these players need to realise that this is a fucking way of life, and I think that we're trying to, yes, it can be a pressure cooker situation, but that's just natural when your expectations are to be the best there and about, and that's just the way Celtic fans are, I suppose. So yes, obviously Ambrose was rugby at the back. Jesus, I think I was smoking 40 fags a day. So that was obviously Ambrose. He spoke about there. Dembele, what a guy! Came on, was the difference. Got the result for us. Griffiths, just a little pest, just in and around people. That guy shit off should have been fucking done for ABH at one stage. But Griffiths kept his cool. Fair play to him, and it's not like, I mean, he's normally a fiery wee guy, but in fairness, that guy shit off was built like a fucking shit brick house, size of him. So Saidi Yanko, wow, he hasn't fucking half showed up. So buzzing for Yanko. Forrest had a good game. Don't care what your opinion is of him, he had a good game, and credit where credit's due. And my man of the match, Owen O'Connell, buzzing for him, absolutely buzzing for him. What's that, Gaffer? You want me to go in? No bother. Coolest guy in the park. So really happy for him. And irrespective of Craig Gordon's header, that's been a couple of fucking whoopsies that Craig Gordon's made when it matters. I think there was one in a cup final or a cup semi-final recently, or over the last few years, or a game where it fucking mattered. And I think that Craig Gordon has got his slippers on. I think that he's very comfortable with Celtic, and I think that no one's challenging him for a game. So I think that as far as, I mean, Gordon, as far as he's seen it, he's came home. It's just, yeah, I'm back up the road. I was down at Sunderland, and now I'm back again. And let's be honest, I'm probably the best keeper that's here. Taking McGregor out of the equation, whether you think he's a good keeper or not. We got him for literally football, and I think that he's very comfortable. So the word on the grapevine is that Michel Vorm of Spurs, who was with Brendan Rodgers at Swansea, his representatives were in Celtic Park yesterday. So his agent is an agent for a lot of people. I'm not proclaiming to be a man in the know. I'm just going by what I've told you, or what I've seen, or what I've heard. It's not gospel. So yes, I don't think it would hurt to have another goalkeeper. The Bay fella, he's hurt himself, and Leonardo Fassan, I don't think is a challenger for Craig Gordon. It's only good for Craig Gordon that someone comes in and challenges him for his position, and the latter, the club. So yeah, I'm all for it. So yeah, all for it. So just moving on then to what's in the news then. So we've got Hearts today, 2:15 kickoff. Obviously you've done a recap there on Hapoel and Beersheva when we played in the Champions League next week. So the new signings have obviously came in. The Sinclair signing for me was a bit of penny pinching going on near the end of it there. I just want to give a shout out to Keith Mulhern there in the chat room. He says he's looking forward to the new season, and then Belly is going to destroy Hearts today. I very much hope so, mate. I hope he starts as well. So I think it was a bit of penny pinching going on. It was believed to be £2.8 million that we paid for him, and that was raising to 3.5 to 3.8 million pound with Champions League money. So obviously Villa are fucked, like, let's be honest. But Celtic are fucking penny pinchers at the best of time, and yeah, fucking sometimes it works out to our advantage, because there's Victor Wanyama's gone on to Spurs. We've got a few quid for him. Also, I mean, it's just the way we do business, and it can be seen as like miserly or tight. But we're a good club to do business with. There's a club in Belgium over the summer there that money just arrived in their account from us. They rang us and said, "You've put money in our account here," and I think it was Ghent, and part of me thinks it was Wanyama. So when his sell-on clause came through, they were obviously entitled to a percentage of it, and bang, straight away. So they never even needed to ask for the money, unlike other teams that have a long growing list of creditors, but we'll not get into that. So yeah, what's bothered me is Celtic fans taking photographs of the Daily Record, the actual newspaper, like not a fucking screenshot of a web page or anything like that. Yes, if you're in a shop and you take a picture of it, that's fine. You don't buy the fucking shithole of a paper, grand. But listen, let's be honest, these guys are out to fucking belittle and big up anything Rangers do, and belittle anything that we do. So they're part of the problem, and I wouldn't buy the fucking rag. On that note, anyone who hasn't seen Jurgen Klopp refusing to speak to an interviewer after Liverpool's victory yesterday against Barcelona, refused to speak to him because he's from the Sun newspaper, that I believe has nothing to do with Hillsborough, although it could. But if it is, talk about sticking to your morals from the top down. And listen, Peter fucking Law could have fucking be doing well to watch what's going on at Liverpool, like, because he was the fucking first man to give an interview to the Sun over the summer there, if any of you can remember. What a fucking two shit bags of newspapers I would never ever buy. So the Klopp interview was absolutely fair play to him. Who do you work for? I'm such and such from the Sun. Yeah, I won't be speaking to you today. You can sit there and take notes or listen, but I won't be answering any questions from you. Next question. cool motherfucker, and fair play to him. So what I did see over the week there was wee Jay's mummy putting on Twitter what had happened when Jay was watching the Celtic game that against the Stana. Wee Jay went absolutely mental. He broke a vase in the house and someone attacked the rebellion. It's on Twitter. If you go to look for Babs McMahon on Twitter, I think that's Jay's mum, and it's basically a letter format of what actually happened. And I tell you what, it actually bring a tear to your eye, because that wee man is just hardcore. And apparently he didn't go to bed till like 1:30, and he was up at 7:30 the next morning wanting to re-watch the match again. So fucking absolute hardcore the wee guy is, and inspirational stuff that we're his everything. You know, it's bring a tear to your eye as well. You know, so obviously then I was saying about the papers talking up Rangers and the papers being shit. The funniest thing I seen over the weekend was that Joey Barton, the hard man tackler that he is, ex-Crin tough guy, got nutmegged, and you couldn't not have fucking nutmegged him, to be quite honest with you. So the unwashed, the inbred, obviously stating before the season, this is our season, we're back, we're coming to be title challengers, and they managed a draw against Hamilton at home. So yes, the season was never won in the month of August, but seriously, big Massimo Donati in there and about them yesterday, took a yellow card as well, and the game finished 1 each. So yeah, I think I'll be doing well to finish in the top 6 this season, to be quite honest with you. Considering that they're drew 1 each at home with relegation rivals Hamilton. Fucking comedy gold. Barton got nutmeg, and Crampjar was left ball watching as the guy put the ball in the top corner. Unbelievable. So again, over in social media again there over the last few weeks, people giving Paul the Tim abuse is fucking unacceptable. It's not on. Paul is the epitome of a Celtic fan. He gets a hard time from people because I see it as people are sort of that's the life that they want, and Paul's obviously living it, you know, and it's the abuse of a fellow Celtic fan for touring the globe and seeing the things that we'll never see is absolutely fucking absolute disgrace. I mean, people fucking slagging him and you fucking dickhead, and who told you Emilio or something, you know, like as if they're ridiculing him because he's sort of in the know. Well, he's not that he's in the know, he's just very friendly with anybody that's there, and it's just seriously, it bothers me that people think that they can rip the piss out of him. Paul the Tim is living the life that I'm jealous of. I am absolutely jealous of what he does, but I'm not a cunt about it. Some people need to fucking seriously catch themselves on. So Roger's done an interview then during the week there, and he was questioned about why did you come to Scotland? Was it because Rangers were coming back? And he says, listen, Rangers weren't a factor in me coming here. I came here because Celtic were the team that I wanted to be here for. I'm not here for any other reason other than Celtic, and that's it. So I've seen a couple of memes as well on Twitter of the faces of Neil McCann and Lorenzo Amoruso in the studio yesterday with David Tanner after the Rangers game, and their faces were fucking falling off them. Absolutely brilliant to see. So guys, as I said, I'm having a bit of a phone-in show here today. Obviously I'm probably no mates at the minute. Get me on Skype, the Belfast Boy, all lowercase, BHOY for the boy. And we'll have a wee chat about all things Celtic if you want to do that. That would be great. So then apparently in Ibrox yesterday, a steward was removed for having a go at a Hamilton fan and telling him, "I'll knock your cunt in, you fucking whatever." I mean, if this is what type of stewards they have, then it only leaves the imagination running wild as to what type of fucking planks are in that actual stadium. So there you go. So also, Charlie Mulgrew is back. Charlie Mulgrew's contract's over, right? And he has asked Brendan Rodgers, like, I know my contract's over, I know I haven't agreed a new deal, but I'd like to come and train, just to stay fit if that's okay with you. And Brendan Rodgers said, yeah, come on ahead, no problem. He's not in contention for playing, and no one's came in to buy him. What I do think that Charlie Mulgrew, even though I love him, I think because he's a Tim more than anything. Charlie Mulgrew is keeping the wrong counsel, or he thinks an awful lot of himself. The only thing I would say good about Charlie Mulgrew is that he's versatile. You can switch him about and stick him into different positions if you want to do that. But I think that, he thinks he's sniffing his own farts at the minute, in my opinion. If he's going to play hardball for getting a contract, he's not going to get a weird penny pension over fucking Scott Sinclair signing. If he thinks we're going to be fucking offering him more money, then he's got another thing coming. So I don't think he should be playing hardball for a contract, because he's only going to end up with egg in his face. And the mere fact that he's turned around after and said, any chance I can come down and train a wee bit, is already got his tail between his legs. So you need to fucking catch yourself on Charlie a wee bit, in my opinion. Yeah. On YouTube throughout the week, I seen footage of a 12-year-old Celtic player called, his second name was Dembele, right? This kid was playing in some tournament with West Brom were at it, Barcelona were at it, all their youth, basically their youth set up. This kid got player of the tournament, and I tell you what, there's footage of him knocking around there, and this unbelievable. And do you know when people say, yeah, I've seen this kid playing, he's fantastic. This kid is the bollocks. Seriously, this kid is fucking. If this is what's coming up through our academy, I'm very, very excited, because my only qualm is that I just hope that he's keeping the right counsel, unlike Islam Farouz, because that worked out really well for him. So it did. Bad attitude. I just hope he's kept grounded, and we'll be doing well to hold on to this kid really, really well. So Dembele is his surname. I'm trying to find out what the hell his first name is, but obviously we've a couple of Dembeles in the team. This guy is a 12-year-old, and he's absolutely fucking fantastic. So pure buzzing for it. So in Irish League football recently, there's been an influx of Scottish players coming across there. So there is. There's Nacho Noble has went to Glenforan, and apparently he's like basically a fat lad now. He's put on the beef. he was over in Belfast over the 12th there, and he was in all the places to be on the 11th night. If he knew, he probably could have fucking ended up in top of one of the bonfires. However, he's now signed for Glentoran and he's unfit as fuck, allegedly. Someone in the chat room there called William has said, had his time, move on, fresh faces. Don't know what you're talking about, William. If you want to elaborate there, that would be magic as to what you're talking about, Pat. The Pat McCourt, the Derry Petway, is signed for Glenavon, who beat league winners, the Crusaders there last week. So fantastic signing for them. So it's all up in the air in the Irish League at the minute. There's talk of fucking all sorts of players that were someone at one stage now coming over to play over here, but no who coming over is fucking taking the biscuit like. So the Olympics is on at the minute in Rio. If you haven't seen any of Paddy Barnes' tweets, so it's absolute fucking comedy gold. So he was in the opening ceremony there over the last few days. Yes, sorry, William, Charlie, you're talking about. Yes, Mulgrew, he's had his time. In my opinion, he does need to move on, mate. You're right, you're 100% right. I think he's got egg in his face. The mere fact that he's came back and asked to train. So, Paddy Barnes at the Olympics, he's basically running up the Rafael Nadal fucking pro golfers that are playing in the Olympics. I think yesterday was the best one that I've ever seen. He went up to Caroline Wozniacki, which is Rory McIlroy's ex-girlfriend, and says, met this bird over here in Rio, what do you think, at Rory McIlroy. So fucking controversial stuff there, because that obviously didn't end well there. So borderline fucking stuff there from Paddy Barnes. Give him a follow on Twitter, as well as Mick Conlon, so representing Ireland out there at the minute. So good luck to them. So that's it really, guys. I mean, it's a very short show today. This is the first show that I've done on the laptop. What I do want to do is obviously I want to get people to dial in from now on. If you want to add me on Skype, it's the Belfast Boy, BHOY for the boy. Add me on Skype and we'll get a bit of a conversation going. I know a couple of people were threatening to ring in, but these people in question are in America, which is now 7:10 in the morning, so very early, very early over there for them. So I just want to give a couple of plugs. So on all the other shows there, on Hail Media, don't forget to check out Smell the Glove podcast with Dr. J, Rev, Chris, and all the rest of the boys there. Paul as well on the show. The Homeboys have now got a rotating special guest on their show. So with Joe McKenna, Paul Larkin, David Harper, and last week there Lisa Miller to fill the void of Jason Higgins. And the 90 Minute Cynic, always a great intellectual show. But what I have noticed, boys, is the swear words have started to come out. It's not cool for the kids to hear that, you know. The Celtic Rock and Rollers, Mr. Ray, they're teaming up with Rachel Lynch, Dublin's Molly Malone. Cracking show last week as well. Always very well prepared there, Stephen is, so he is. Checked out the Nothing But Respect podcast as well yesterday, great pod, and then the Half the World Away podcast as well. Also, don't forget to check out on Spreaker as well, Celtic Dream shows. My favourite show is normally the Sunday night show with Chris Long. 10 o'clock Sunday night for all your Rebs. Good stuff on there. Also, just want to mention my good friend on Twitter, Carrie. On Twitter, she's at Wee Keza, WEE_KEZZA. She has started her own t-shirt range, guys. This I've got one myself recently. I know that Lisa Haig, that's Chris Collins' wife, girlfriend, whatever. She's got one as well. I know that the eye candy that is Summer Hard from Celtic TV has inquired about getting one as well. So this stuff's the business, guys. Really, really cheap, 20 quid, including postage and packaging. She'll post it globally as well. Well, she's not. She's half out now. Get in touch with her on Twitter at wee_Keza. These t-shirts are class. I posted a picture of mine on Twitter the other night. Really, really comfortable, and they wash well as well, because we've all bought like cheap t-shirts and they shrink after a few washes and they reflect the fucking 10-year-old you. But these are top quality t-shirts, so give Carrie a shout on that. Also, Paul Larkin's Asterisk Years movie is now free to air. Check that out on lovestreet86.com, or go to Paul's Twitter feed at paullarkin74 on Twitter. So the Asterisk Years there is now free to air. Anyone but Celtic film coming out later on this year. Can't wait for that at the Rock Bar in Belfast. And his new book is out at the minute as well, called The IRA Log. Gotta read it, that as well. Some like mad stories about stuff that happened in the States there in recent years. Pure madness. Guys, that's all from me. I've no tunes because I haven't quite figured out what I'm doing here with the laptop, so I just started talking straight off the bat here on the laptop this morning. Big shout out to Keith Mulhern in the chat room there. And William, thank you for getting in touch with me. Anybody else I want to give shout outs to, give me 1 second. Brian Murray. The Grumpy Old Man, I hope you're well, fella. And normally Ewan's driving in around there in New Zealand. I hope you're well, mate. Anya, the usual suspects in there as well. And Carrie, I believe you're listening in there too. Shout out to Sean Brennan as well. He was due to dial in with me this morning. You stood me up, Sean. You stood me up. So yeah, that's it, guys. I'll try and do one of these every few weeks. Obviously, as the new season starts, they'll become a bit more spontaneous, because there's other 5 or 6 other podcasts going on here. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hail, hail. Big one today. Up our Rebels.